Today we will solve the problem 2.47 of Griffith fourth edition Introduction to Electrodynamics. The problem 2.47 is find the net force that the southern hemisphere of a uniformly charged solid sphere exert on the northern hemisphere. Express your answer in terms of the radius capital R and total charge capital Q. Here the problem is we have a we have a sphere which is uniformly charged. In previous case, in problem 2.42, we have only surface charge, that is at the surface you have charge. In this case, you have volume charge because the charge is uniformly distributed, and we have separated this sphere into two parts, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. According to Gauss law, the total electric field, that is closed integral of electric field dot the area is equal to small area under consideration Gaussian surface is equal to the Q charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface divided by epsilon naught. So here TA is equal to, we know TA is equal to 4 pi r square. So I have replaced, if you integrate TA, you will get 4 pi r square, and charge n, which is equal to charge enclosed over epsilon naught. So the charge enclosed under the area under consideration is the uh, uh, volume charge density, that is rho, multiplied by the volume, that is volume enclosed by this small r. Here you have r uh, which is less than capital R, that is inside the sphere. Charge enclosed is equal to rho 4 by 3 pi r cube. So now you substitute this here. You will get that is electric field inside the sphere multiplied by 4 pi r squared is equal to the charge enclosed, that is rho 4 by 3 pi r cube, and you have epsilon naught here, 1 over epsilon naught. Now you cancel out the common term both side. You have 4 pi r squared. Here you will have 4 pi r cube. So this will become simply r. Electric field inside the sphere is equal to this rho multiplied by r over 3 epsilon naught r cat. We are considering along this direction r cat. So unit vector along this direction is r cat. This is r, and this is z axis. And the unit vector along z axis is naturally z cat. Now you know if we have to find this force per unit volume. Force per unit volume is equal to generally formula from the Lorentz force, F is equal to Q multiplied by electric field. So here force per unit volume, F of z along z direction, you remember that along z direction, is equal to charge per unit volume multiplied by the electric field inside the sphere. So we know electric field inside the sphere, and here you have rho r over 3 epsilon naught. Rho multiplied by rho is equal to rho squared. Rho squared, so this will become F F sub z over a volume is equal to rho multiplied by E sub in, so which is equal to rho r over 3 epsilon naught. Already here you have one rho, so this will become rho squared r over 3 epsilon naught along r cat. So this cos theta, this angle is theta. So naturally it is z cat unit vector divided by r cat is equal to cos theta. Z cat divided by r cat unit vector, both are unit vector, is equal to cos theta. So now you use cos theta, which is a z cat r cat. So this r cat will get cancelled. You will get z cat. Force per unit volume along z direction is equal to rho square r over 3 epsilon naught cos theta z cat along the z direction. We will further simplify this. So the force per unit volume along z direction is equal to rho square r over 3 epsilon naught cos theta z cat along z direction. So here you can take rho squared over 3 epsilon naught outside because it's a constant. Then you will have r cos theta t tau. That is, we are integrating over a small volume t tau along z direction. You know very well this t tau in cylindrical spherical coordinate is this one. So that is r squared sine squared theta t theta t pi t r. So if you integrate this t pi between 0 to 2 pi is you will get 2 pi. I am bringing that 2 pi outside. So this triple integral will become double integral because we have carried out the integral with respect to pi with this 2 pi. Then you can, rho is equal to charge per unit volume. Charge is q and per volume 4 by 3 pi r cube, capital R cube here. So this 3 will go to numerators and then this can be written as 3q over 4 pi capital R cube. So if you square it, here you have rho squared, square it, you will get 9q squared divided by 16 pi squared r power 6. Just I am squaring this. Now we can cancel some of the term. That is, before that we will solve this thing. So we can cancel this 2 pi with this 16 pi square. So you will get 8 pi. You remember that. Now we have to integrate. Remember that this theta term, you have cos theta, sin theta, t theta. We are not integrating between 0 to pi because we are taking in hemisphere, not full sphere. Full sphere means this integral limit is 0 to 5. We are taking only hemisphere, so this will be 0 to pi by 2. You have cos theta, sin theta, t theta. And next r, here you have r, here r squared, so you will get r cube tr. This is limit between 0 to capital R. Now what is this integral value? If you, after applying limit, you will get r power 4 over 4. If you apply the limit 0 to r, then only upper limit you have r power 4. That is r power 4 divided by 4. Then here cos theta sin theta can be written as 1 over 2 sin 2 theta. This is 1 over 2 sin 2 theta. This is equal to this one. 1 over 2 sin 2 theta t theta. Now you can cancel some of the term. If you multiply 4 into 8, you will get 32, and you can cancel this r power 4 with this r power 6, which will become just r square. So we have taken that 32 because 8 into 4 32 pi. Here you have pi into r squared. You have this r squared. Now you have to carry out the theta integral. That is between limit 0 to pi by 2 of sine 2 theta t theta. So now we will carry out the last integral. We have obtained the force along the z direction is equal to 3 over epsilon naught uh, q squared over 32 pi r squared integral between 0 to pi by 2 of sine 2 theta d theta. Then you bring this to outside the integration. So this 32 will become 64. So this will become 3 over epsilon naught q squared over 64 pi r squared sine 2 theta t theta integral between 0 to pi by 2 sine 2 theta t theta. If you integrate this with respect to theta, then you will get minus cos 2 theta over 2. So I have written cos t theta. Uh, Cos 2 theta over 2, I have written that, of course, minus cos 2 theta over 2. So I have written like this. Now we have to apply the limit. Now limit is 0 to pi by 2. This is the limit. Here you can take minus of outside. Then you apply the upper limit. Upper limit cos 2 theta. Theta is pi by 2. So this will become cos pi. Upper limit for upper limit. For lower limit, this is cos 0. This is equal to minus of cos pi is minus 1 and cos 0 is 1. 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2. So this will become minus of multiplied by minus 2. So this minus minus will get cancelled and 2 will get cancelled. After applying the limit, this term will become 1. Now the force along the z direction is equal to 3q squared over 64. Here you have 64. 64 pi epsilon naught 64 pi epsilon naught r square. This 64 can be written as 4 into 16. So we can rewrite this as 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied by 3q squared. Here you have 16. 16 r square. This is the force along the z direction. So subscribe to my channel to get my latest videos and join my channel to support its growth and enjoy the exclusive perks. Also use the thanks button to make one-time contribution and support my channel. Thank you very much.